Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and today I'm going to show you how to barbecue pork leg Rogan Josh on the grill. It's Super Bowl and it's super early because this is going to take roughly 30 minutes per pound. Now this is a pork leg, it's not a pork shoulder, it's a pork leg, it's the other side. But it's an equally as amazing cut of meat, and I'm actually going to do like a pulled pork with this, and that's what this looks like. It is huge. It weighs 27 pounds, just over 27 pounds. And let me show you what's going on here. It still has the skin here all the way around like a rind, and you could leave the skin on the leg, this little part of the leg, and take that all off, or you can leave it on. Today I'm going to leave it on just for ease of use. I have, my grill is already cleaned, and I have 2 drip trays underneath 2 of the grates. This will take up half of the, well, probably 2/3 of the barbecue actually. And I have drip trays underneath there to catch the rendered fat. Also, I've greased the grates with vegetable oil to make sure that nothing sticks. And I'm going to use one side of the grill with the flame on. So it's going to be indirect heat. It has to go low and slow and around 30 minutes per pound. So this will be served sometime around halftime during Super Bowl because it's going to take the entire day. Low and slow, you don't want this meat to burn. Today I'm using my Rogan Josh spice rub that I made earlier this week. Make sure you check out that show for this. This stuff is awesome. It's nice and spicy. It's what I'm looking for today. But you could use any of my other spice rubs. I particularly like the dry spice rub for meat, I think it's called. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen for you. That one is my usual go-to, and it's kind of a southern style. But today we're going to do Rogan Josh because it is so spicy, and what a fantastic spice mix this is. I would like to use it up as well. What I'm going to do first is you've rinsed this off. Rinse it under cool water, pat it dry with paper towels. Then I'm going to use some mustard. You can use any kind of mustard you want. You can use an American style mustard, or you can use some Dijon or whatever. Today I'm using one from Coslicks. This is their amazing maple Coslicks Canadian mustard. Make sure you check them out online and check out my review on them. They have a wide range of absolutely phenomenal mustards. So I'm just going to spoon that on top here. I'm actually going to use my hands. If you're using a really hot, spicy mustard, make sure you use gloves because you can burn your skin a little bit with mustard, as well as you don't want it to put your hands in your eyes later, okay? So here we go. I'm just going to spoon some mustard on, and I'm just going to massage this in. Okay, and actually before I do that, I'm going to put it in my roasting pan that I'm going to take it outside in. So it's easier. This thing is heavy. Okay. So do the best you can to get it coated all over. Okay, I'm taking a very sharp knife, and I'm actually going to score this skin a little bit. It's very thick skin, so use your sharpest knife you can. You don't want to go all the way through to the meat, but you do want to open up that skin to the fat. That way it's easier to render. Not only that, it's going to make a beautiful bark. That's what it's called after the bark. It's going to be tasty and crispy, and this will allow the flavors to really get in between there and into the meat. Okay. Once you get through that tough outer skin, it's easier to get in through the fat. But be careful, don't go all the way through to the meat. I'm just going to do a diagonal pattern, like diamond. Go one way slits about every inch, and then do the other opposite way. Alright, that takes a little elbow grease, but as you can see, I've got this little crosshatch pattern now, and now you have access all in there. But I'm not all the way through the meat, so that's just into the fat. Add a little bit more mustard. Make sure I get all in there. That's kind of like your glue for your seasoning as well. And my grill is preheating on the lowest temp, so I just have one of the burners. And just rub that all over. Get it all in those nooks and crannies. Boy, the neighborhood is going to smell good today. And it just eased up. We've been having blizzard, massive cold weather, -30 wind chill this week, and today things are melting, so I'm happy for that. It's going to be easier to go out there and cook all day. Good. So everyone's sleeping. I've been up since 6 getting this ready. 6 a.m. Super Bowl. It's like Christmas sometimes. All right, so this Rogan Josh seasoning, this is like a curry powder, okay? This is a very specific region of India. It comes from the Kashmiri region, and each family or area seems to have their own special way of doing it. It's not an exact thing in every time you make Rogan Josh. So every family does it a little bit different. Mine's a little bit different, I'm sure, than a lot of people's. So check out my show. It's nice and spicy. It's well-rounded. It's exciting. It's exotic. Just sprinkle that on there very generously. And we're going to rub that in. That's why it's called a rub. Rub that into those nooks and crannies and make sure it's all nice and coated in there. You want it to be happy, happy, happy. This is also going to help you make your bark. I'm going to try and get it on the side as well. All that nice meat there. You don't want to waste it. Try and get it on the side as well. I have some extra. I'll probably beef it up out there on the grill. Now let me get set up out there and show you what's going on. But I'll show you this. It smells amazing already. Ooh, that smells good. Gosh. So there you go. That's what that looks like. Looks awesome. Smells even better. Okay, so already here. You can see this a little better even now. There you go. Isn't she beautiful? All right, on to the grill she's gonna go. Make sure it's over top of the drip pan here. As best I can. Don't waste any of the seasoning, get that on there. All right, so now you'd be able to find all the other places you couldn't reach in the roasting pan for your spice rub. Now, if you're wondering what I have in my spray bottle, this is pineapple juice. You could use apple juice, you could use apple cider, you could use whatever you want. This is going to go on today. I'm going to spritz this on my meat once every hour-ish or so, I don't know, a dozen times or so. And you know what? Don't open this up. Just check on it, but don't leave it open. Don't be letting all the air out, especially if you're in the winter or in the cold. You want to keep that air in there. This has to cook for a long, long time, so hunker down. It's going to be okay. Just make sure it's not burning, etc. If you need to move it over, then feel free to do that. All right. I'll probably be adding some wood chips throughout this process. You can use them soaked, you can use them dry. It's going to get a nice amount of smoke and a nice smoky flavor. So if you use them dry, they're going to last a little longer. It's going to be a slower smoke. If you put them on dry, it's going to be a quick burst of smoke. So especially when it's smoking, make sure you leave the lid closed so that it smokes well, okay? All right, it's been about 7 hours since I put this guy on. I've been spraying it every hour with the pineapple juice. I have also put on some apple wood chips in between. I put some dry ones on at the beginning just to get things going, and I put some soaked ones on about halfway through. I put the soaked ones on in a little aluminum foil packet right here, you'll see. They're just getting started now. So here's my beautiful piece of meat. This is crazy. It's a gorgeous piece of meat. I'm sure the neighborhood is like, holy cow, that smells fantastic, because it smells so good. I can smell it in the house, and we have the windows closed. It smells fantastic. So you can see that it has a nice caramelization on it, and that's from the pineapple juice, as well as its natural sugars and caramelization. But these drip pans have been catching a lot of great pork fat, and that's going to be fantastic to use later for whether I'm going to bake with it or whatever. Lots of flavor there. I've got some nice bark going on here, and that's exactly what we want. The fat underneath that rind is really rendering, and that's good because you don't want just a whole bunch of fat. You want it to kind of moisten the meat and keep everything nice and copacetic. So I'm going to spray this guy again. I just wanted to show you before it starts getting dark here. I'll be serving this around halftime so that everyone can really get a good feeding in between and not be distracted by football. So there you go. Keep this guy shut, and it looks fabulous. I hope that you guys try this because this is going to be great. All right, I just brought this glorious pork leg in. It has been 13 hours. Let me show you. This crosshatch pattern has helped a lot. It has rendered a lot of fat. I know it looks burnt, don't worry, that's just bark. Those are the spices that have browned on the outside. It's not a problem. All right, so we're gonna let this rest before we can mess with it. Cover this loosely with an aluminum foil tent. 10-15 minutes. And Bob's your uncle. And I'll show you how this is just gonna pull apart. It'll be succulent and delicious. Now, as for internal temperature, if you're looking for it to be safe, it needs to hit 155 degrees Fahrenheit, and it will, once you take it off of your grill or out of your oven, it will raise another additional 5 degrees, making it 160. That's safe. Now, if you want this to be pulled pork and to be able to fall apart, you need to get it up to 190. You can take it off at 185, it'll raise another 5 degrees or so to 190, and that will be pulled pork status. So anywhere between there, you know, you're gonna get between done and pulled pork. So however long you have. I've been waiting 13 hours, it's halftime, and we're ready to eat. All right. Now hopefully it's cool enough that I can touch it and break this up a little bit. You can see this bark, the skin. So I'm just going to start breaking in here. Look at that meat just falling apart. You got the pieces of the skin. I just like to use, you could either use your hands if it's cool enough, but this is still pretty hot. I don't want to splash myself either. It's just coming apart. I don't want to take too much apart either. There you go. You want to get a good mix of the skin and the meat. Look at that, just shredding. What a gorgeous, gorgeous pork leg. Very juicy inside there because you have all of this skin going on here. You've got this bark and it kept all the moisture in. Plus we were spraying it every hour on the hour with the pineapple juice, which also helped caramelize all this up. So you see it's just falling apart, striations of pulled pork. Look at that. Well, I'm dying to try this. It's been all day long. Absolutely succulent. Fantastic flavor. Look at that little bit of brownness. It is so moist. Look at that, how moist that is. You'd think being on the grill that long for 13 hours, this would be all dried out. Absolutely unbelievable. Delicious. This is gonna go a long way. You probably have somewhere in the realm of 30 to 50 servings of meat here, to be honest. So tonight we're gonna eat it on buns, and we'll be doing some other things this week with it to use it up. What an awesome thing. And also the bone, that'll be used for a soup or a stew, a stock. All right? That's fantastic. Don't be afraid of these big pieces of meat. They take time, but it's not any more effort than you know, a smaller cut. It just takes a longer time. That's all. There you are. Some beautiful, beautiful pulled pork. I'm so excited. You can see we're just able to pull that apart right off the bones there. Oh, come on. So let's make ourselves a sandwich. Oh, that's fantastic. Pull that pork apart however you want. That's one heck of a Super Bowl dinner. As for me, I'm going to add a little bit more of this Rogan Josh seasoning on top. Yes. I also made a fabulous mango and tomato salsa that you could serve on top of that. What do you think, Ma?
It's fabulous.
Was it worth the 13-hour wait?
Absolutely. It's so good. It's so luscious and tender and juicy and tasty. Oh my God. And what did you do? It's wonderful.
Hey, I've been looking forward to this all week.
That's one big piece of meat.
What a sandwich. Now that's man food right there. Wow. Great stuff. Very succulent meat, very moist and juicy and flavorful. Lots of flavor.
With that caramelization on the top. So good.
Very much worth the effort and very much worth the wait. I hope that you try this. You're going to love it too. And that's how you barbecue a pork leg Rogan Josh on the grill. You can do it. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. Check out my instagram.com/webchef of all trades. You can find my shows on youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com, interact with us, and subscribe and let us know what's going on in your culinary world. All right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.